Welcome to your HRTV.com Breeders' Cup update for October 26th. I'm Michelle Yu. Well, one day before official entries for Breeders' Cup 2014, we have another horse to add to the list of outs. This time, it's Capo Bastone, who is listed as out of the dirt mile because of filling in a left front ankle, according to his connections. Capo Bastone has been now slated to sell in the Fasig-Tipton sales to be run on November 3rd. Back in Kentucky, he is a Grade 1 winner from the barn of Todd Pletcher, and he will be sold as a stallion or racing prospect. We have a lot of workers close to home, but we also have some workers far away in the hills of Pennsylvania, I might add, as Arlington Million winner Hardest Core put in his final workout today. This is a look at the hill that he gallops up. He actually did this not once, but twice, and thanks to Joe Clancy for posting this on Twitter. Now, this hill, he says, is steeper than it looks from this angle. And by the way, he also said that this horse looked great and he got plenty out of the work up the hill. Of course, he has been training at a couple of different farms out in Pennsylvania, including Running Mead and Fat Chance Farms. I have galloped a couple of steeplechase horses up hills like this in Virginia. Believe me, this horse will not be lacking in fitness at all. So great to get to see stuff like this. I can't wait to get to see Hardest Core when he touches down at Santa Anita. Closer to home, we did have some impressive workouts. We'll start with Fast Anna, who lived up to his name today as he sizzled 5 furlongs in 57 flat. He broke off extremely fast right from the pony into a work with Gary Stevens aboard. Gary had his feet in the dash. This horse, when he came around the turn, did not look like he was going this fast. I think several people had to check their stopwatches twice just to indeed say, wow, for how fast he went. 45 and change, 57 flat, and then a gallop out, 110 and change. This horse is ready to go for the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Also, classic contender Bayern put in his final paces today. He was content to sit off just the flank of his company and then easily around the turn, moved alongside, and then moved right on by. He put in a nice work in 59 and change today. It seems like all systems are go for Bayern as he goes into the Breeders' Cup Classic. As far as horses that we had already listed as out, I just want to update you on the news of Beholder. Of course, a fever knocked her out of trying to get a three-peat in the Breeders' Cup, and originally she was also slated to sell at Fasig-Tipton. Her connections have now announced that Beholder indeed will stay in training. She's going to go to the farm for a little bit of rest once she's completely kicked her illness, and then she will be coming back for spring of 2015 with an eye on the Breeders' Cup to be held at Keeneland next year. There were some fresh faces here at Santa Anita today as some horses got to look around the great race place for the first time. First off, we had VE Day, who visited the track for the very first time after his arrival. This is your Travers winner, who was recently rerouted here after a very eventful trip in the Jockey Club Gold Cup for his conditioner, Jimmy Jerkins. Also, the Euros have hit the track, at least one of them. Brown Panther, who was originally slated to run last weekend up in Woodbine, he actually got loose out of the post parade, dumped his rider, and went off running around. So he was corralled but scratched from the race, and they were rerouted down here. He will now go postward in the Breeders' Cup turf. Also, the big buzz was the arrival of your Kentucky Derby winner, California Chrome, who made the jaunt up the 605 and is now safely ensconced in his new home at Santa Anita in the same stall that he was housed in when he won the Santa Anita Derby. He came off the van backwards, of course, but no worse for wear, and his connections say he has settled in just fine. He's been standing around the back of his stall relaxed all day, and he is slated to go to the track tomorrow for a jog. Speaking of tomorrow, it is the day that all entries will be taken and all post positions will be drawn, so we will have our official list of starters for Breeders' Cup 2014. Make sure to stay tuned to HRTV.com for all the news, updates, and the post position draw. And of course, you can watch all of the works on demand on HRTV.com. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.